normally sitting at the bottom, and today we played the team at the other end. So they've obviously been doing some great things in defence, but more in attack to get those tries and those points up.
Mate, the good thing about that is we're only 2 games in.
Yeah,
so we're 0-2, they're 2-0. So, we got the big chance to you're not far away from the leaders now. So, but you just need to start playing well. And I think if the boys can play well, the result will come their way. If not, I don't think they'll be too worried. But they just need to start playing well. Well,
what we might do, we've got the Jets players out on the field. So if you want to go through the Jets players, I'll do the East.
So fullback, we've got Michael Purcell. On the wings, Marmon Barber and Richie Pandia. In the centres, we got Rory Humphreys and Issy Hafoka. Number 6 is our man back, Joshy Clearland. He should go well tonight. And 7 is Julian Christian. The front row will be Tyson Lafipo, or Lofapo, I should say. That's your favourite. Jaden, Kieran Mosley is starting at hooker, and Nathaniel Neal, our captain, of course, is at prop. Billy McConaughey, Benny White, and Benny Shea locking it up. And, of course, that gives us a bench of Jaden Connors, Husky, and the one and only Peter Gubb making his Jets debut. So the boys gave him a rousing welcome in the dressing room. It was good to see. He's a really good week.
I think he comes in as player number 563.
Yeah, it was 5 something. It was a big number anyway.
It's a big number, but
I hadn't got enough fingers, so
we're looking forward to that. So as the East Tigers take the field in jersey number 1, we've got Matt Cooper, one of the wingers, Tom Hughes in the centre. We got Chase Blair, who's a pretty handy player with all that NRL experience. In jersey number 3, we've got Shane Newman. In number 5, we've got Dancy Smaller, or I should say Curtis Dancy Smaller. In number 6, we've got Billy Walters, who has flown back today from Melbourne. Also, we've got Josh Ralph in position number 7 in the halfback position. On the forwards, we've got Brett Grenke in jersey number 8. In number 9, Aaron Booth. We've got John Puna in number 10. Jake Foster in number 11, and in number 12 we've got Patrick Kafusi, also back this morning from Melbourne Storm duties. We've got Bennett Leslie in jersey number 13. Number 14 we've got Sam Foster. Number 15 we've got Sam Lavia, and of course we've got it's a bit further down. We've got Kelma Tulagi in jersey number 16. Number 17 Albert Vita. At the moment, we've got a minute silence for, sadly, for Jaden Connors' cousin, who was sadly collapsed and passed away during a game in New South Wales, the Armidale Rams. He was only 33. Also, Brian Smart, who's an ex-official from East Tigers. We do recognise that. And, of course, being our first game after the Christchurch massacre, we're having a minute silence for that. So you won't hear any noise. It's a pretty solemn affair at the moment. Everyone's sort of thinking of Jaden. The East boys are thinking of Brian. Of course, we are all thinking about Christchurch, which it's not going to go all the way to be carried. Mate, big game today. So who do you think's going to be a standout for us?
I'm looking for big ones from Michael Purcell.
Yep.
Marmon, and I think Nat Neal will hit his straps. He's 2 games in after a operation, so I think he'll be ready to rock.
I think Peter Gubb, I think he's going to be out to impress. New club?
He will, mate. He runs hard. I didn't get a chance to ask the boys. Looks like we're away.
Okay.
We're away.
We'll head in.
Here we go. All right, short kickoff for once from the Jets. Taken by East. Sorry, I'll be your main call today. So apologies once again to the East supporters if I don't quite get it right, but I'll be trying my darndest.
You'll be right.
So East 40 out from their own line to play the ball. Out to, a bit hard to pick up these numbers, Jacko, but East get to halfway. Tackle 3. Looks like Bennett Leslie with the big flowing beard. Is that correct, Jacko? That's him, 13. Bennett Leslie. Not going to look like they're going for the kick. No, split it out, Billy Walters. Yeah, halfway through the line, tackle 5. East's 20 out. You're looking for the kick, I'd say. It's a good kick there from Ralph. Up nice and high. Percy climbs high and catches it. Well done. Tackled to the ground by Chase Blair and Shane Newman. Now, Jets, what can they throw up? Issy Afoka takes one off dummy half. Gets to the 20. There's a play the ball. Richie Pandia. Still going, Richie. There's a good tackle there from East. Good gang tackle, 3 in it. Kafusi around the legs. Mosley dummy half. Clearland. Nat Neal, his first touch tonight. Charges into the teeth. Rounded up well by East. Make sure he doesn't get the offload. 4 in the tackle. Little hooker down the bottom. Aaron Booth was a good tackle. Mosley goes open, goes blind. Benny Shea with a touch. Hello to Mrs. Shea too. I had to talk to Benny in the warm-up from Arden. Trish Shea, so hello to you. He said give you a shout-out, so I hope it's finding you well, and I hope we get a result today. Joshy Clearland with a big midfield bomb. Good chase from Benny White. Good contest, well taken by the East winger there, Jacko Curtis. Danzy Smaller.
Well, Izzy Afoka come running in pretty quick, and I was a bit concerned because the East player was mid-air, but it's all worked out, and games continue to play on.
East now tackled on the halfway. Kafusi charges into the teeth. Good contact there from Nat Neal. Ipswich trying to slow it down. Tyson Lofapo in there as well. There's one of the front rowers, Brett Grenke, I think that was, who charged it up. Another Ipswich lad did his schooling in Ipswich. Put a kick through. Michael Purcell picks it up and gets collared 12 metres from the East line. That is Issy out of dummy half. It was a good run. Julian Christian with a touch. Looking for a hole. Couldn't quite find it. Wrapped up well by Billy Walters. Richie Pandia with a crack. Gets the ball away. Joshy Clearland. Nat Neal. Nat Neal across the field, jet style. Billy Walters takes him front on, covers the ball. No offload there. Jets 40 metres from their own line. Kieran Mosley. Tyson Lofapo. The good charge. Gets to the heart, just short of the halfway. Tackle 5 for Jets. Slow play the ball. Muckle play the ball. Penalty Jets.
He's gonna...
Penalty Jets. That was a 50-50 penalty there, Jacko. That one could have gone either way.
50-50, and of course it's gone in our favour, and that's what we want. But yeah, to me it was a bit
depending on the
sloppy.
colour of your shirt, Jacko, that one.
Look, it's been a hot day, and it's really cool at the moment. So obviously the heat's not the problem, but that ground is looking absolutely superb now. Those lights have taken effect, and the sun's going down.
For all those joining us first time today, the Jets are running from the river end. Benny White with a hit up. Runs into the teeth. Is that Vete? Albert Vete started as well. Sorry, guys. And a good tackle there as well from the bearded Bennett Leslie. Jets now spin it wide. Coming back under Nat Neal. Good tackle underneath. Is that Billy Walters again? Or no, it might be Billy Walters or the hooker, Aaron Booth. I'll work those out shortly. Sorry, guys. Billy McConaughey charges into the teeth. Only knows one way, Billy. It's a good tackle from me, so lock him up about a metre from the line. Kieran Mosley, dummy half. Another penalty, Ipswich. Hold down tackle. The referees don't like that, Jacko.
Well,
what will the Jets do here?
The Jets are really peppering the East on this side. They've had a lot of control, and they've gained a lot of space, and it has helped with a couple of penalties, and that's our second one in succession. But, you know, it's what we've needed. We need field placement. If you get down their end, you're more than likely going to get over the chalk and so
over this is the best start we've had over the last 3 weeks as well, Jacko. So probably good to get some points on the board early.
Yep.
Get back down, get another kick-off, and away we go. So Mum and Barber lines it up, all but in front. I think you be a chance of kicking this one, Jacko, that's for sure.
You haven't seen me kick.
You can throw it over there.
That's why I'm up here.
Can you throw?
I could throw.
Here's Marmon. I think he broke a record last week for most points or most goals for Ipswich. So he puts it straight over the black dot, up into the can bar. And Ipswich lead the East Tigers 2-0, 5.5 minutes in.
Once again, thanks for joining us live from the North Ipswich Reserve. You're watching the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets taking on the East Tigers. At the moment, it is 2-0 to the Ipswich Jets after that penalty right on the line of the Tigers. And of course, you're watching this live, so please make sure you like us and share it at Phoenix Media Hub. Of course, Phoenix Media Hub is powered by USQ and the great team from the University of Southern Queensland.
And we love to get the messages as well, Jacko. Good or bad, doesn't matter. It's water off a duck's back, and tell you what, we praise each other when we get a good one, that's for sure. So, East to kick off again. That looks like Billy Walters with the kicking duties, I think. The famous name in Ipswich. Of course, the son of Kevy, but making his own name for himself. Sorry, that wasn't Billy. That was the winger, Tom Hughes. My apologies to Mrs. Hughes that may be watching.
Yeah, Billy
McConaughey charges it up. Looked for a little offload, couldn't quite get it. It's tackled 13 metres from his own line. Kieran Mosley out to Benny Tyson again, sorry. How can I get those two mixed up? Benny Shea's still got the platinum blonde hair, Jacko. Good play, the boy lost. He did that in a bet. Richie Pandia charges another one up, tackled on the 30. Tackle 3, lands on his back, so slow play the ball for the Jets. Mosley takes off from dummy half. Ipswich appeal for a penalty. They don't get it. Once again, Barber again, off to Shea. Shea looking for a hole through the middle. That's a good run, Benny Shea. Tackled 40 out from East line. Tackle 5 for Ipswich. What do they come up from here? Joshy Cleland looking for a kick, I'd say. Goes to Cleland. There's the bomb again. Chase through from Ipswich. Curtis. I don't know where they get the smaller from because he's certainly not smaller, Jacko. Hey? He's a massive man. It was a great take from Curtis, so I think they might have to kick away from him, Jacko.
That was a great kick, and it really shows the, I suppose, the experience of Josh to really get it high, but Curtis got a safe pair of hands on that, so Tigers back on the attack.
Well and truly, mate, that's 2 they've kicked to him, and he's handled them easy, so they might have to test out young Hughes on the other side. There's a good run there from the East 12, Patrick Kafusi. He's got off the plane. There's another good run from the East Lock, Bennett Leslie. The big beard. Should mix him up today. Walters back on the inside again, the boot to the hooker. East on the charge here. That's Ralph. Out to Vete. Vete doing a bit of Jets footy. Hold on.
I think they're going to get
him. Obstruction, Jacko.
He ran around and he knew it. And he's just seen how play's gone, and he's obviously pulled it up on that. But look, East, they've gained the metres there from the kick, and so now it's the Jets' turn. Of course, Michael Purcell with the ball, so he'll do a bit of a touch find. And those bright red boots, they look great in the on the big screen here. And so here we go, Jets on the attack now.
Tafoka with the tap. Crossfield, Jet style, looking for a hole. It's a good little run. I think the Jets are about taking time off East now. Jacko just trying to make East work hard in defence. Mosley out of dummy half. Drops Lofapo under. Tyson, they're looking for the strip there. Kafusi, did he get it? He did too. He got the strip. Picked up by the hooker, Aaron Booth. That was great work from Kafusi. Got a one-on-one strip on Tyson. He won't be happy about that. The fullback, Matt Cooper, has a rare scoot out of dummy half. Booth now at 9. Through to the bearded man, Leslie again. Good charge into the teeth. He doesn't mind it, Jacko.
Well, the East players at the moment, they've had a fair bit of control down this end of the paddock and got it back pretty quick through that one-on-one.
Gee, that was good work then from East. Quick through the hands to Chase Blair, who looked to give it on to Danzy Smaller, but Marmon just got his hands in there. If he had have caught that, there might have been trouble.
Well, Chase Blair, he's got a fair bit of experience. He's got 82 NRL games under his belt, so he's got the experience. But, and I think he's still contracted to the Storm.
Oh, well and truly, mate. He's unlucky. They got, who'd they put someone new in the Storm this year? I think Will Chambers is on one side, and I can't think who's playing the other side of the field, but Chase usually fills that one. He's the rare breed that wears the long-sleeve jersey, Jacko, for the Storm. Remember, wears the long-sleeve purple. So here's East on the attack from the scrum. Ralph goes across the field. Gives it to the fullback, Hughes. He's wrapped up there well and truly by... They're still trying to tackle him over there, Rory Humphries. Ralph gives it off to one of the front rowers there. Looks like Foster. There's Vete. Big charge under the post. Runs straight into Tyson. They managed to hold him up, the Jets. So the dummy half is Booth. Out wide, there's Ralph. Stepping left foot. Jets hold him out again. East, 2 metres from the Jets line. Tackle 4, I think. Goes to Booth, the hooker. Quick shift, Vete. Vete into, hits and spins and... No try. Hold on, no try, referee. What's this one? We watch for the signal. Somebody's tackled off the ball.
Well, that was, I suppose, good work for East because they'd been holding the ground, I suppose, on that half. They've been holding it for a fair while now and had the control. So they're starting to look dangerous. But good on the defence there, and the Jets have held them out. So, and of course, getting that penalty, which Michael Purcell now does the touch finder and brings them out to the 20. So,
watching that penalty, Jacko, it looks like he's penalised who played the ball there. I think it might have been Kafusi who played the ball and then took out the Ipswich marker. So he's penalised somebody for not getting a fair crack at it, and Ipswich are taking off now. Purcell throws a long ball, hits Barber on the edge. What's Marlon Barber got? Steps inside. Chase Blair, great tackle. Managed to beat Danzy Smaller, but Chase Blair rounded him up. As you said, good experience. Ben White. Christian. Looking for inside runners. Nat Neal, he only knows one way. Good tackle from the 11 there.
He's such a workhorse, Nat Neal. He's always in it, and I believe last week he got his first Player of the Match award. So well done.
Won't be his last one this year either. Nat's going real well. So East take it up. The tackle count restarter. So there's tackle 1. Just happy just to plug up through the Middle East. It's another good run. Here they come again. There's the lock. Bennett Leslie. Another good run. East's into the Ipswich half now. 45 from the line. It's lucky not to be a penalty there from Lafipo. Walters. Kafusi. Kafusi runs it straight at Christian. Christian gets an offload. He gets an offload. Billy Walters with the ball now. Trying to eye up the defence and see where the holes are. Steps off the left foot. Rounded up there by Christian as well. Tackle 4 Easts. Ralph with the ball. Leslie. He knows one way as well. It's a good tackle. Benny White just manages to bring him down. Last tackle Easts. 10 metres from the Ipswich line. Goes to Walters. Walters with a kick across to the big winger. Oh, who went up high and didn't manage to grab it AFL style. Touches it. It goes dead. Ipswich 20.
Well, that showed a bit of flair from a couple of players, and I was about to mention, for some reason, Billy Walters is staying out, and obviously he was with Kafusi, so they're obviously working on something, and he did put a couple of offloads in there, but they're showing a little bit of flair, so Ipswich is just equal to the task.
They managed to hang on, Ipswich. The last couple of weeks there was probably a try there, but they're going well, Ipswich, at this stage. But mind you, East are pouring the pressure on as well, and it's been a good start, good 15 minutes for the Rugby League purists, that's for sure. Benny Shea with another hit up, looking for a hole. 3-man tackle, they get him on his back, so once again, East win that tackle again. Slows to play the ball down. Clearland, off the left foot, off the right. Tackled, looking for a quick play the ball, doesn't quite get it. Christian, looking for somebody to come under. Still Christian. Hits a Foker. Issy across the field. Looking for a hole. Still Issy. Still Issy. Still Issy. Inside. Richie Pandia. Oh, great tackle. It was a great tackle over there from Shane Newman. Rory Humphries takes off from dummy half. He's looking for runners. Billy McConaughey straight into the teeth. Bounces away from Vete. Christian. Last tackle. Got the grubber. Billy Walters picks that off easy and gets tackled 15 metres from his own line.
This is where they've got to watch East here, because East can sort of turn it on, and obviously with their record of the attack, they can really make something out of this. So the boys have got to really muscle up in defence, a job they're doing pretty good at the moment.
Big thing with East is they don't panic, Jacko, so Ipswich have just got to take their time and wait for their opportunity and make sure they grab their opportunity with both hands. That'll be the big thing for the boys today. It's a good run then. East get just into the Ipswich half. There's a great run from the front rower. Is that Grenke? Still going Grenke. Gets pulled down the second time by Billy McConaughey. Tackle 5. East, 20 out. Walters once again looking for the tall winger. climbs this time and catches it and gets an offload. Well done. Offload again from Ipswich. Ben White ends up crumbing it up. Still going Ipswich. Kieran Mosley taking his time and gets tackled. That was an interesting finish to the set, Jacko.
Yeah, that was a very good piece of work, and once again, I suppose the defence but once, the East winger did catch it, but just couldn't convert it back into his players. So
Ipswich knocked it on. Richie Pandia trying to get the impossible offload and knocks the ball on. I don't know how it's a knock on when he passed it backwards, but anyway, that happens. That happened. So East got the perfect opportunity here. 25 out from Ipswich line, right in the middle of the field. It's interesting to see how they line up here.
Well, I'm just watching Billy. He's marched back to get a few orders to his some of his backline troops.
Looks like it could be a bit of a Melbourne move here, Jacko, where they're going to loading up the left side. Look for a block play, I dare say.
Yeah, there's no one over this side.
No, you only got the big winger on Danzy Smaller on this side. And then, so they do. They go left. Ralph hits the 11, which is Jake Foster. Here's Bennett Leslie. Once again, he's tackled 8 metres from the Ipswich line, right in the centre of the field. They go left. Ralph again. Doubling around, gives it the fullback Hughes, and he goes straight through the line. Easy try for East in the end to the fullback. Sorry, Matt Cooper.
Yeah, that was great work. All started back on that scrum where they're all on that left-hand side, and the right-hand defensive of Ipswich was sort of halfway there, but obviously, to get that try, they just put a lot of pressure on it, and it worked for East, but. They've got to watch that sort of thing in the future and just make sure they've got control over that. But in the end, it was basically he just waltzed in and at his own leisure. There was no real attack on that defence.
That was a simple run around, Jacko. Ralph passed the ball out to Shane Newman and then just did the old loop and wrapped around him. And Ralph got the ball back and then shifted it out to Cooper, who virtually run through untouched. And Ipswich have been having a little bit of trouble with their right side defence. So that's something... they need to fix very quickly. East, like I said before, East don't panic.
No,
so
they
Ipswich
don't.
have got to make sure that they stay in the game. It's only one try, so it's no big deal. But once again, that comes from a mistake, Jacko.
Yeah.
Richie trying to get an offload.
Well, they're only
that probably wasn't there.
Yeah, at the moment they're only 2 points in front, and depending on this kick. But you're watching this live stream from the North Ipswich Reserve, where the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets are taking on the East Tigers. And of course, you are watching this through Phoenix Media Hub, which is powered by the University of Southern Queensland. A big hello to all those guys and ladies from the USQ. Doing such a great job. We've got a team of them here today, a plethora of media study staff. So what's in or out?
That looks like in.
I think you're right.
Easts go out to a 6-2 lead. 20 minutes to go. Just trying to work out who the kicker is. That might be the hooker, is it? Might be the hooker, Aaron Booth, I think. It's unusual for a goal kicker to be a hooker these days, Jacko. It's usually the winger.
Oh, well. Times are changing.
Times definitely are changing. Probably won't change here. We'll look for a short kickoff, I would say, Jacko.
Conditions are absolutely beautiful at the moment. It's nice and cool compared to a very hot day here in Ipswich. So, and you're out there, so you would have known how hot today was. But at the moment, this ground is just looking so superb.
Where else would you rather be?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Watching a game of footy, watching the mighty Ipswich Jets.
As Percy kicks it high. Ipswich with a big chase. Booth catches it. Well done. There's no pressure on him. And they shift it, and shift it quick. East away. East got the ball. Tackle 1. 35 from their own line. Vete charges it up into the teeth. Ipswich not moving up at the moment. It was a good tackle. They end up stopping him 45 metres from his own line. Booth goes to dummy half. Vete still struggling. Booth to dummy half. Looking for Grenke. That's a good tackle. Good tackle underneath Nat Neal. They shift it again, East. They go quickly to the left. Out to Foster. Newman. Shane Newman tackled over there. Rory Humphries gets him. Ralph goes back to the left-hand side. Back to Shane Newman. He gets an offload. Ipswich didn't manage to get it. Ralph tackled there. Out the back. Walters with the ball. There's a kick again for the big winger. Purcell swallows that easy. It wasn't a real good chase from East. Probably kicked too deep, but a good result for the Jets.
That right side defence held out that time and held off, so East couldn't break it, and that's why it ended up with Billy out the back and that big kick.
It looked like they're going to charge back at him too. A couple of changes here for Ipswich as well. Mitchie Carpenter going on for Billy McConaughey. Jaden Connors lining up and Husky Tautai lining up as well. So mass changes for Ipswich as Richie Pandia runs the ball. Back to Rory Humphries.
It looks
Rory
like
across the field. He offloads.
John Perner's going to come up for East. We just don't know who's coming off.
Christian with the ball. Looking for a hole. Christian trying to get around the outside. Not quite. Good tackle there from Shane Newman. Far side of the field. Pandia. Clearland. Ben Shea. Good run, Ben Shea. Booth combines with Newman to bring him down. Clearland with the kick. Big long kick down in the Easting goal.
And there's no one back there.
Nancy Smaller picks it up.
Yep.
Marmon misses him. Benny White manages to wrangle him about 8 metres from the East line.
East all still coming back onside too.
Fullback Cooper runs it out. That's a good run. Well, they're looking for a strip here. Good run. Cooper gets tackled 20 metres out. Newman with a charge up. Good tackle. Nat Neal. Bennett Leslie. Another big run. East are just happy to run it up the middle, Jacko.
They are.
And a penalty. It's not what you want your fresh guys to do, to come on and give away a penalty.
No, and the boys are showing a little bit of ticker at the moment. They're not letting East get... You know, East are on the attack and they've done some things, but East are equaling and getting up there with them. And just silly little things like that they can't afford to do and give them penalties.
So Billy McConaughey and the front row, Billy McConaughey and Tyson Loffapo get a rest, and Mitchie Carpenter looks like he'll go into the middle. And Husky Tautai will probably go to the left edge. So here's East, Walters, Kafusi. Kafusi looking for the offload again, not quite there. Quick play, the ball. Walters on the short side, looking for a gap. Rounded up by Hafoka. Still gets the offload. Well done, Billy Walters, to the hooker, Aaron Booth, who gets nailed on the same spot. East appealing for a penalty. Nothing from the referee. They go short side Easts. Chase Blair. Chase Blair with the ball. He's over the line. Held up Ipswich. Held up. Well done. That's 3 short side plays in a row there, Jacko.
Yeah, that was some good work by East trying to just really break that defence down the side on this right-hand side. So they've gone away from the right side defence and gone to the left side defence for the Jets, and the boys have done well.
That Chase Bear to play it. 10 out from Ipswich's line. Booth, Ralph. Leslie gets tackled. 10 metres out, right in front of the posts. Kick from Ralph into the in goal. Too big, too big. Unlucky there.
That's what the Jets will need, a little bit of space. And, of course, he's made him go back. He was fine. He was onside. Referee wasn't ready. But
referee wasn't
no,
set.
that's what, that didn't help didn't help East, but it certainly helped us. So
Husky Tautai with his first touch. Charges it up into Brett Grenke. Good tackle from Grenke. Carpenter, it's his first run as well. Good tackle there from Pooner. He's just come on the field in the 10. John Pooner. Jaden Connors is on the field. So Kieran Mosley gets a well-earned rest after 25 minutes. Benny White charges it back into the middle of the field, and he's tackled 42 out from the Ipswich line. Connors at dummy half. Ben Shea comes back to the short side. Charges into him. Jaden Connors. Christian. Clearland. Ipswich looking good here. Clearland through the line. Clearland through the line. Looking for support. Gets it away. Oh, Richie Pandia couldn't quite handle it. East counter-attack with Booth. Or Cooper, sorry. It's Pooner. Pooner with a charge. That was great work from the Jets then, Jacko.
That was great work by Josh Cleveland down that right-hand side just to really launch, I suppose, a bit of an attack at him, but just didn't get the support. His guys were there, but...
There's a penalty to East. Benny White going for the one-on-one strip, but unfortunately there was probably 3 in the tackle.
There was. So it doesn't help when you've got a team of players around you and you're trying to take the ball off an opposing player, but it doesn't always work in your favour. So they're little things we've got to try and stop. And, you know, rather than giving the ball to East, we've got to make them work for it.
So East start again now. 30 metres out with a full set. Chase Blair to take the tap. Billy Walters onto the 8. It is Brett Grenke. My apologies, I think I've been getting Brett and Bennett Leslie mixed up, but Leslie's got the big beard, so that's no excuse. Out wide again. That looks like Newman over there. There's Ralph. Puna, the big charge in. Husky Tautai couldn't affect the tackle. Mitchy Carpenter brings him down. So East now 5 metres out from the Ipswich line. They go the left side. So it's like Vete tackled. 1 metre from the Ipswich line. What can they do here, East? Ipswich spring out. Purcell penalised. Penalised for going early.
It's always an issue on that when they're on that line, you know, that you've got the chance to get them, and you're only 1 metre, 2 metres away from it.
That's right.
And you know you've got to take that chance that if you go, you're going to get that penalty away.
You ask the referees, and the referees say when he gets the ball in his hand, they make the tackle and they penalise you. But anyway, that's between the coaching staff and the referees, and we're not winning that argument at the moment.
No,
we've got an injury here at the moment. I missed to run that ball up. It's one of the East guys. Looks like it's Puna on the ground.
Puna, he's only just gone on, so he might have picked up.
So he banged his.
But the Jets are having to work hard on this defensive line, and their defence, I suppose. Yeah, and the penalties at the moment from our statistician, David. Thank you, David. 4-3, so...
I think it's one of those things that the Jets have defended really well. They haven't spent any time. I think the only time they spent in the East half where they got a penalty and took the 2 points. And other than that, the game's been played virtually at Ipswich's end of the field the whole time. So, you know, credit to them. They're only 1 try down, but they've got to really hold fast and hold East out, because they're more than happy to stay down this end and just plug away and wait for their opportunity to come, you know. They're kicking high to the winger on this side, which is Danzy Small. Danzy smaller. I'd hate to see Danzy bigger, because he's probably 6 foot plus, and he's got a really good leap on him as well. So it's a really good option for him to kick to this side, because he's on Marmon and Isia on this side, so they'd be about a foot shorter than what Danzy Smaller is. So it's a really good option for East to kick this way.
I think the Jets are doing well, considering the team we're up against. 4 players contracted to Melbourne. There's probably a few more in there that are contracted as well. But for 3 to come back this morning, and Chase Blair, there's a lot of expertise in that. And of course, Reece Jacks, you know, with so much experience that Reece has got, and he's been pushed out of the team to make way for Billy. So they're obviously a side that are very confident, and
this is looking good for Puna here. He looked like he must have banged his head in the ground, or he's hit somebody's hip, and they're worried about his neck. But he's sitting up now with the trainer, so he's getting up. It's on his haunches. He looks like I dare say he'd have to come from the field, but he won't have to be assisted, which is a good thing.
Well,
no, they're leaving him there. He's all good.
When you look at the last game that we played Tigers, it was 50-20 in favour of the East Tigers, and of course head-to-head overall, it's been 25 to Tigers, 21 to Jets, with 1 draw.
Chase Blair gets the ball. Gets an offload out the back. Oh, wow. I don't know how that was a knock-on. Gee. That's the anomaly of the game, Jacko, where the ball, he was facing his own try line. The ball went towards his try line, but somehow he knocked it on.
Well,
wow.
You know, mate, referees, that's why they get paid the big money to blow that whistle.
The big bucks.
But
exactly.
It is.
But when you're struggling, sort of, you had the start of the season, Ipswich have, we'll take them all the time, and you know, maybe it might be a bit of the bit of change of luck that we actually need, Jacko. So
yeah, it is.
Get that scrum 10 metres out.
11 and a half minutes to go. You're watching the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets take on East Tigers here at the North Ipswich Reserve.
Connors takes it from the base of the scrum. He's tackled 20 metres out in the centre of the field. Issy Hofoka at dummy half. He takes a run himself as well. Good run from Issy. He's a strong little player. He gets another 10 metres. Looking for a quick play, the ball, Richie Pandia. What he's got to get in this time. Dummy, offload. Husky Tautai charges back in. So Ipswich 35 from their own line. Tackle 3, Jaden Connors. Benny Shea, bit of footwork, bit more footwork. Trying to dazzle him with that blonde hair, I think, Jacko.
It's confusing, isn't it?
Especially when Nat's got a shaved head as well, so they're hard to pick apart. Christian, looking for runners. Clearland taken to the line. Mitch Carpenter inside. Richie Pandia gets tackled on the same spot. Tackle 5, Ipswich. 3 metres into the East Territory. Clearland puts up the big bomb. Chasing hard is Purcell and Connors. Purcell leaps, gets 2 hands to it. It's play on, East ball. East tackled 20 metres from their own line.
I would have called that back for us too if we would have got possession.
Well, it was a knock on before, so I don't know how they worked that one out. I suppose the opposition got the ball. Danzy Smaller with the charge comes in and helps the forwards out. Looks for a quick play, the ball, and gets it. Booth runs into Ben Shea and Husky Tautai and gets nailed 40 metres from his own line. Tackle 3. Grenke, I think, charges that one up. And he's tackled on halfway. Oh, that looked flat, that pass. Into Kelma Tualaga, who's on the field. And a penalty, something Ipswich didn't want to give. There's another one of the freshies giving away a penalty, Jacko. When your freshmen come on, that's the last thing you want to do is give away a penalty.
Exactly, 4-4 at the moment, the penalty count. And that's from our statistician, David. Thank you, David.
This is right in front of the post, too, for East, 30 out. They're just debating what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to tap and go. So Jason Ralph with the ball. No, Booth's got the ball.
Booth's done some great work today.
It's a really good hooker. He's a really good hooker.
He's in just about most of the plays. There
15, Kelma.
Going up as dummy half again.
Tuilaga. That was good work. It's a good run. He's made 15 metres there, Tuilaga. Walters on the right-hand side. Kafusi short. Still Kafusi. Ipswich managed to drag him down 5 metres from their line. Booth dummy half. Hits Walters. Hits Ralph. Out the back to Bennett Leslie, who goes through untouched. And a try to the 13, the big bearded Bennett Leslie. Once again, the left-hand side, Jacko.
Well, I was waiting for Billy Walters to put their high kick up, but he didn't. He passed it on. And, of course, Kafusi in the end pushed it out. And that Bennett Leslie, your mate with the beard, showed that men with hair can run.
He runs straight through a hole as well, Jacko. That will be disappointing for the boys. Usually you're supposed to get up and hold that line and hold it nice and flat so there's no holes, but he's gone through and
straight through.
Rory Humphries got him by the jersey and tried to sling him around a couple of times to no avail. So he score again just to the left of the goal post, which should be an easy kick for Booth to stretch the lead out again. Ipswich need to get some ball, Jacko.
Exactly. So just over 7.5 left in this half. That defence was wanting of a bit more commitment, but I'm sure that'll be talked about in the half-time.
Yeah, but once he's starting to spread the ball, it seems to be that they put a fair bit of pressure on Ipswich. So, you know, I think they need to get their defence right out there. It looks like it's just all will be a lack of communication. Some guys who haven't played footy together before and they're not quite. They need to talk to each other out there to know who's got who, and it doesn't look like it's happening.
No, it's not happening.
All right, here's Booth with the kick. He should nearly throw it over from there. Deep breaths. In he comes. Hits it sweet. Straight over the black dock. And so that's East 12, Ipswich 2, 7 minutes to go, Jacko.
So they're doing a good job, East. They're just sort of peppering it away and coming up with the causing the odd little error from the Jets. But at the moment, like the penalties are 4-4, so it's pretty even in the penalty count. But the Jets in that time just broke down in that communication with defence, sorry, and allowed that try to be scored. And they're just sort of slipping. The score's starting to slip, and that's what we don't want.
When you're not playing to your best, Jacko, those little things become big problems. And but it's only early. It's only just 6 minutes before half time, and actually Aaron Booth for East got a rest after that. Sam Foster has come onto the field, and Michael Purcell's kicked it out on the full from the kickoff.
Little things like that don't help, but
no, that's a criminal. That's a criminal error. I think he was trying to kick it hard and has hit it wrong, but
yeah.
You need to make the best set after they score. After you have points put on you, the best set needs to be your best defensive set. So see what Ipswich can come up with here. East start.
Peter Gubb's still on the bench too.
Peter Gubb's still on the bench, yep.
I can't wait to see him when he gets out there. I reckon he's got a point to prove. So
Bennett Leslie charges it up, gets tackled 25 from the Ipswich line. Tuilaga. Still going Tuilaga. That's a great run. He's run 15 metres. He gets tackled 8 metres from the Ipswich line. East. Foster goes himself. Sam Foster goes himself from dummy half. Gets tackled a metre from the Ipswich line. Tuilaga into dummy half. Oh, he's backed out of the tackle. He nearly backed over the line. Ipswich nail him. A metre from the line. They come again. Foster tackled this time. Play on. And he's dragged all the way back by Connors to 10 metres. Tackle 5. Goes to Walters. What do you this time? Kick in the air again. Out to the big winger, who climbed high. Could only get a touch on it. Wasn't the best kick from Billy. The ball goes out. Ipswich survive again, Jacko.
Well, we know what Billy's going to do. He hangs back. Normally he's in at dummy half, but he's hanging back, and he's going to put that kick out. He's done it all but twice. He's always put a kick out on this right-hand side. And
oh, that one looked a little bit high on Husky, but no damage done. Just crept up a little bit from Chase Blair. Husky got up just around the chin.
He would have a big smile on his face, Husky.
Bit of razor burn. That'd be about all that one was.
Bring it on.
So Ipswich get out of jail there. Purcell kicks it out on the full again, but this time in a good way. Ipswich get the restart 40 from their own line with 4 minutes left on the clock. So they should get two or three sets with the ball here.
And we've got to say a big hello, I suppose a cheerio, to the Neils who are watching from Wapu Cove in New Zealand. So
yes, of course, Nat's mum and dad or Nat's extended family. Yes, they always have a big watch. So hello to the Neils. Nat's going good tonight. He's just starting to hit a bit of form, and here he goes now. He gets a big charge on. Go, Nat. That's usually what the big call.
That's why he's gone and done that.
Nat gets tackled about 35 from the east line. Connors out of dummy half. Looking for runners. Still Connors. Chase Blair nails him. Oh, a bit of a late flop, but play on. Jaden didn't like it and gets penalised for it. Crazy penalty there from Jaden. All he had to do was get up and play the ball and it would have been all sweet, but frustration happens. So East get the ball back 3 minutes before half time.
Another penalty, but another silly little penalty. But you just got to watch those things. I mean, say they can be. You can try them, and you could get something out of it. But more than likely, not.
But anyway, that happens. It's a good run then from Puna, who's recovered from his injury. So that's good for John. Bennett Leslie. He's gone like he's a big workhorse, Jacko.
He's done a bit of work tonight
as well. The whole half as well, and he's still charging up the ball nice and hard. Plays the ball 30 out. Grenke. With a good run from Grenke. Drops it off to Sam Foster. He's running across field. Ben White nails Sam Foster. 12 metres from the Ipswich line. He's really on the attack here. Bennett Leslie again looking for 2. Ralph with the ball and gets tackled. 8 metres from the Ipswich line. Tackle 4 for Easts. As Billy Walters is out the back. They shifted out the back to him. Goes himself with a little grubber, pick up and score. Wow. That was great work then from Billy Walters. But as soon as he went to the line, they didn't cover up in defending.
No, their defence is a bit hit and miss tonight, but it's unfortunately it's not hitting the right spot when they're in that try mode for East. But yeah, look, just they're not communicating and not getting across. And Billy's just making it look so easy.
Yeah, well, Ipswich didn't move up there and put any pressure on Billy Walters at all, and he caught the ball and nothing was happening, so he just dropped it on the toe, and it only just went through the defensive line. He ripped through, and he was the only one keen to get the ball, picked it up, dive over and scored right beside the post for another try with 90 seconds to go, and it should have been the time when Ipswich was defending hard. Once again, Jacko, we give away a penalty from one of the reserve players, and East score another try, so that's... I think the reserves have come on and give away 3 penalties and they've scored 2 tries. So that's not what you want from your bench.
I think you've got to wrap the forwards for East. They're just making so much meterage up the centre and they're causing a lot of mayhem. And I suppose with Billy's holding right back and trying to manoeuvre his troops around the back there and scored that one himself. But you can't knock the work that Grenke, Booth, Puna, Foster, they've all done.
Oh, they're going really well, East. Ipswich have got to change something up, otherwise it could get ugly quickly. But, East aren't doing anything special, but what they're doing is really good. So he'll change a kicker because Booth went off, so his replacement, Sam Foster, takes over the kicking as well. Not over as the hooker, but as the kicker as well. So he's a left footer, just about in front of the post, just on the right upright. A few steps, comes in, hits it straight over the black dock. He put in the river, nearly. And that's half time. East 18, Jets 2.
So a pretty good game for East. They've started strong, but probably not as strong as they'd wanted to. The defence of the Jets were up to it at the start, but there's been some silly penalties, just really silly little penalties that have, given space away to the Ipswich, to the Tigers and allowed the Tigers to capitalise on that. And unfortunately, most of those penalties have been on their own line. So you give away a penalty on your own line, that's very hard to defend.
Yeah, when you make a mistake, Jacko, you've got to back it up. Your next set has to be your best set. Yeah. And unfortunately for Ipswich, have made a few mistakes and their best set hasn't been anywhere close. And East have managed to capitalise a couple of times. So, they'll have to have a bit of a chat inside and just got to lift their energy somehow and get themselves back in the game. But it'll be tough because it's a good East outfit. Yeah,
look, there's been so many of the East players have done really well, gaining metres and obviously Billy staying on that side, on this left side or right side for them, but left side for defence. But they're doing some great things, East, and let's hope Jets can just muscle up in defence and then go from there. Yeah, they just got to get excited and really get into the footy and try get themselves into the game somehow. Whether it's just get in the middle and take 5 rucks up the middle and kick the leather out of the ball, get down there and chase and try and defend it. Keep East, make East work out of their half because, like I said before, Jack, I think the only time we've been in Ipswich have been in East half is when we took the 2. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think there'd be any footy down in East half other than when we've kicked it and chased, and then East have virtually got out of their half in 2.5 tackles, you know. So Ipswich have got to muscle up in their defence. Get their defence right, their attack will come. Well, let's see what we can do after this half-time break, and when we come back for the second half, we're going to take this short break. Thanks again for joining us for this second half here at the North Ipswich Reserve. Of course, you are watching the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets take on the East Tigers. The scoreline's not real good at the moment, but we do have to thank the crew from Phoenix Media Hub, and they are powered by USQ, the University of Southern Queensland. Bisho, I would hate to be in the shed just to hear what the boys are saying, but they're not ones to go and rant and rave, are they? Everyone knows their job.
Mate, the big message was that they just got to hit the ground running. And hit the ground running hard. So the boys need to just up the output, really, if you want to have an aeroplane turn. They really up the output and get excited and really start to take the game.
I suppose the good thing is they're all out there. They want to get on with this game and get into it. So, they've just got to learn a few fundamentals and just not let silly little penalties happen. And their defence was pretty good for that first 15. And then... as David was saying, our official statistician this afternoon, that we had 4 penalties before they got their first one. Then all 4 were on that line, and we knew what they happened. Yeah. How many scored? They scored and 2 of those at least.
East have taken every opportunity they've been offered. Yeah. Whereas, and then haven't really given Ipswich a chance. No. They've defended really well and haven't panicked, and they've done all the little things right. Whereas, on the other hand, for us, for the Jets, we're not doing the little things right, and it's really paying the penalty for it. So, I think Jets will just have to work really hard and try and get themselves in the game somehow. Yeah. But, and just got to hit the ground running. So yeah, and
be a lot harder this time around. So it'll. This second half, another 40 minutes of hard football. Let's hope the Jets can muscle up and just have a lot better, I suppose, discipline and defence. So here we go with the kickoff. Yes,
a kick there from Tom Hughes keeps it deep down into the Jets in goal. Mitchy Carpenter brings it back into the teeth. Geez, that's a good shot there from Puna. Stop Mitch Carpenter in his tracks. Good quick play the ball, though. Connors out at dummy half. Still going Connors. Drops Nat Neal inside. It was a bit high. Referee said it was okay.
And once again, another big cheerio to Nat's rallies back in NZ. Glad you're watching.
Hope everybody's safe in NZ, and Christchurch wasn't too close to you, but I hope all your friends and everything as well, and everything's going good. Benny Shea. Hello, of course, to his mum down in Arden, which is down near Canberra. Is that correct, Jacko?
I
think that's what
geography
he said.
Down there somewhere. I know where Canberra is, but I don't know where Arden is, so I'll believe you.
Trish. Jets away again. Isia Foka gets the ball away. Josh Cleland still looking for Humphreys. Humphreys spills the ball. Wow, that's the start the Jets did not want.
No. So
Rory Humphreys spills the ball on the East 40. We go to a scrum. A minute into the second half, we made our first mistake, Jacko.
Well, let's hope, we'd like to think it's not going to happen, and mistakes do happen, but, we've got to really watch and control the ball a bit better, and you've got to catch things. I remember Billy's dad saying, if you've got the ball, you're more than likely going to score.
Exactly.
When he coached us many years ago.
That's exactly right. It's a simple game played by simple men who do make simple mistakes and make it look funny. Here we go. It's a good run there from the winger, Tom Hughes. Still going. Still running. There's a strip.
He's lost that ball.
Play on, Ipswich.
Good work by Issy.
Out to Cleland. Out to Rory Humphreys, who hangs on to it this time. Good run from Rory. He's tackled just inside the east half. Pandia, dummy half, has a scoot. Still going, Pandia. Oh, well tackled over there by the 17, Albert Vete. That was a great tackle. Ben Shea looking for a gap, looking for an offload, gets it away. Mitch Carpenter, Josh Cleland now. Julian Christian. Still Christian, using the feet. Christian, half a gap. Still Christian. Oh, good tackle. Well tackled there by...
Jake Foster was in there?
No, that looks like Sam Foster, the other Foster. It's well done. Oh, Cleland with a high shot. No, referee's happy with that. Drop ball, penalty Ipswich. He's got him for a strip. Got our mate Bennett Leslie for a strip. hang on, referee's blown the whistle. They've tried to all play on. And somebody's in the bin for 10 minutes. Bennett Leslie, that's unlucky there. I didn't think he knew that the referee had blown the whistle, but he got 10 in the bin.
This could be where the tide turns for the Ipswich Jets, because Bennett Leslie were doing some great things in attack and defence. If he's not there, that's going to really shorten the side by one and put that hole in there.
So that's Nat Neal. Gets tackled a metre from the east line. Connors with the long ball. Purcell gets the offload. Cleland with the ball. Mitch Carpenter looking for a way through. Still Carpenter. Mitchie Carpenter tackled 5 metres from the east line, right under the posts. Connors a dummy half. Cleland outside. Humphreys, Pandia. And Pandia's in the corner. That's what we needed.
That was some great work from Richard Pandia, who is rewarded. That was a case of maximise while you can when they're down a player. They've got to muscle up a lot harder, and they've just opened that gap up a bit, and the boys could see it. And Richard Pandia down that side, and he had the space, he got it, and that's what we want.
They just went quickly through the hands end to the right-hand edge for the Jets, and luckily for the Jets, the east winger Tom Hughes just got caught up in the tackle and got his ankle caught under, and he's a little bit ginger at the moment. But that allowed Richie just enough space to get around on the outside and put the ball down about 3 metres in from touch to get the Jets on the board in the second half. So East's 18, Ipswich 6.
I have to ask, Seb. Is Seb with us this year?
Seb is with us this year. Seb's, they're still assessing his knee from, he hurt his knee in, the second last game, third last game last year, so they're still waiting to see whether the Papua New Guinea leaves or the Papua New Guinea rituals that they put on to see whether he can recover, because it's a little-known fact, mate, that a lot of those guys up there can play without ACLs.
Oh, true.
PNG players, yeah. Whatever it is, it must be in the body setup, but PNG guys, there's a lot of guys play without ACLs. They can do a knee, and as soon as they're strong enough to run, they can play again. That's a medical fact too. That comes from the trainers. That's just not me making it up and guessing. Scoreline
is 18-8 after that try by Richard Pandia, and the kick was successful. So Tigers will come back, and they won't be in a big hurry because they know they're a man down, so they're going to take their time getting back. And, of course, that was kicked by Marmon Barber. And Marmon needs to really step up this game.
The Marmon Barber in top form charges in and gets the ball.
Yep.
And he's just he didn't have the best off-season, Marm. So, he had a couple of injuries and a little bit of time away. So, I think he'll ease into it. I reckon come round 10 or 12, Marm will be absolutely hitting his straps.
Excellent.
But unfortunately, that doesn't help us in round 3.
No.
So, Husky Tautai now tackled from that kick. Connors takes off again from dummy half. Back to Purcell. Purcell tackled there by Shane Newman. Tautai again, charges it into the teeth. It's a good tackle there from the replacement hooker, Foster, and Newman's in there as well. They play the ball. Connors, dummies one way. Back to Shea on the right. It was a good tackle. Good tackle from the 11 for Easts. Jake Foster,
yeah.
Clearland. Christian. Going to the line, Christian, as he got through. Oh, the ball's come through. What happened there? Knock on Ipswich. Forward pass, knock on Ipswich. That was unlucky. The Ipswich is starting to look a lot better in this half, Jacko.
Exactly, but whether it's that mindset of East being down and all of a sudden they think, well, hang on, we've got a bit of a card up our sleeve because they're one down in defence, so do we attack? But they should, if they're doing that, they should be doing this the whole game and just keeping that pressure on.
The big thing for Ipswich, though, is they've got to keep the ball off the Tigers for this 10 minutes because East will just get the ball and slow it right down and play at their pace while they wind the clock down for that, and that's just smart football. So the big thing for Ipswich now is to get the ball and hang on to it.
Yeah.
Or, if East are going to get the ball, get it to them in their end where they've got to work really hard out.
Yeah.
Okay. There's Ralph. Out to, is that Shane Newman? Tackled 45 metres from his line. Ralph again.
Looks like Jets are going to do a couple of changes.
40 metres from Ipswich line. Walters. Kafusi. Gets tackled 30 metres out from Ipswich line. Tackle 3. Good quick play the ball. Foster at a dummy half. Oh, Chase Blair spilt it. And what's happening? Nobody's picking it up. They're waiting for the referee to make a decision. Knock on. Easts. Ipswich get the scrum feed 20 metres from their own line. That was a bit, a little bit clunky then from Easts.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of changes. Looks like Billy McConaughey's coming on.
Yeah, the boys are warming up.
Tyson
warming up.
Tyson Loffapo, Peter Gubbs on the side. He's itching to get on.
Yep.
So this will be good work for the Jets if they can capitalise here. And there's still the opposition has still got one down, so they've still got that advantage over them.
Humphreys with the ball from the scrum. Gets the offload. Purcell. Still Purcell, looking for a hole. Hafoka digs into the ground, looking for a quick play. The ball doesn't get it. Connors knocks it on. Great tackle. Great tackle from Chase Blair, who made the original mistake. Great tackle, ripped into Jaden Connors, and he spilt the ball. So East on the attack now, 25 out from the Ipswich line, and they give... Oh! And they get a penalty. The East guy, Sam Foster got up and pushed Jaden Connors. And East got the penalty in the first half. Jaden Connors got up and pushed the East guy, and then the penalty went the other way. But anyway.
Yeah.
Tuilaga.
Maybe the ref lives at Cooperoo.
Tuilaga charges it up. Walters.
This is where the defence has got to work hard.
Sam LaVeya on the field now. And another penalty, holding down Ipswich. Well, Ipswich have just got to defend it. Let East go. All it's doing is cutting down the time. They're only going to be against 10 men. So East on the attack now, 20 out.
Well, that's 3 penalties since half-time.
Tuilaga tackled right under the posts, 8 metres from the line. Ralph. Oh, good tackle on Jake Foster there from Rory Humphreys. And look at the short side. Foster goes back to the right. Ralph. East tackled 10 metres from the line. Play the ball. Foster out of dummy half. Walters off the left, off the right. Still going Walters. He gets tackled 8 metres from the Ipswich line. Tackle 4. Foster at dummy half. They go right. Ralph with the kick into the in goal. Ipswich knock it dead. Great play, Easts. Good work, Ipswich.
Well, good work from East to really try and create something there. And, of course, Billy was in there again, and that was some good work by them. But Jets were, you could say it's a defence, but that kick just went out and dead in goal.
Yeah, that was a really good kick then from Ralph. Like, they're managing to stay in the game and also eat the clock down as well. So Purcell with the dropout. Kick it high and short. Has it gone the 10? There it is. There's a bounce. East pick it up and get over the line. Does he get it down? Looks like he's going to give it. And they do.
They do.
Sorry, we're trying to pick up who that is. That might be Chase Blair, actually, who picked that up. Let's try and work it out. But there's... when you have a short dropout, you've got to cover all your bases, and unfortunately,
it didn't work.
They got the result they were looking for with the bounce, but then didn't cover up in defence. So,
just wasn't what the Jets wanted, because that scoreline is just skipping out further.
Well, you don't want to harp on it, but it comes from the penalty. He gives a penalty, and then they went 4 tackles and got a repeat set, and then.
Yep.
Score. So, once again, the Jets make a mistake and they just can't back up.
Just can't capitalise. And
that's something they really have to adjust if they want to be competitive, not just tonight, but all the time. Husky Tautai's got a rest
So it looks like,
Tyson's gone back out.
Your mate's coming back on, Bennett Leslie.
Yeah, East might be mate. Yeah, he'll be due.
Well, actually,
he might have.
He's going
seconds.
on now.
Was it the winger? There we go, the winger. We've just been confirmed. Number 5, Curtis Danzy Smaller.
That's why it always pays to have opposition fans sitting in front of...
They didn't know.
Oh, they didn't.
So as the Sin Bin East player comes back onto the field, that's Bennett Leslie.
Sam Foster going for the kick here.
This one's a bit, looks like he's about 7 or 8 metres from the touch line.
In or out?
In, left footer. And he's missed it. Well done, I put the mocker on him.
I was going to say out.
Yeah, I put the mocker on him straight away.
No, that's good. So, as Bisho said, you know, you can't give away those silly little penalties because they're going to lead on to something, and all of a sudden Easter on the attack, and we saw that little short kick go over, and then it was a line drop out, and they did that short kick off and just didn't work. The bounce, as you said, the bounce was right, but just the end result wasn't, and they just Sam grabbed the you did say Sam Small? Curtis,
yeah.
Danzy Smaller.
Yeah. It's gone 10. There it is there. It's a great result from Ipswich. They get the ball back from the kickoff. Climbing high over there for the Jets was Benny White. Tyson with his first hit back after coming back on the field. East surrounding with a 4-man tackle, knocking him down 30 metres from the East line. Quick play the ball from Tyson. Benny Shea looking for a gap somewhere. Good tackle, Jake Foster. Took him ball and all. Dragged him down to the ground. Connor's a dummy half. Goes to the short side. Nat Neal. Nat Neal looking for a hole. Charges it into the East defence. They swarm him and bring him down 10 metres from the line. Connors. Connors has a charge himself. Looking for runners. Still Connors. Benny White. Benny White across the face of the goals. Still going Ben White. He's tackled 5 metres from the East line. Tackle 5. What do Ipswich have here? Loffapo, dummy half. Clearland with the kick. Good chase. East pick it up. Booth gets it and gets tackled in the in goal.
Well, that's good work from East from Jets that time to keep East. And so this will be a goal line dropout from the East Tigers. They're back to full strength. And I was about to say, Kieran Mosley looks like there's going to be a replacement with Kieran coming on.
All right, so dropout here from East. That 40-metre dropout coming back. Clearland picks it up. Big Tice. Watch for the late footwork at the line. Well done. He may be a hard man to tackle, that late footwork. It's a good tackle there from Levea. They bring him to ground. Tyson's about 28 metres from the East line. Connors. Connors out of dummy half. Always probing. Good tackle from East. They bring him down 15 metres from their line. Clearland in the dummy half. Still Clearland. Long ball. Out to Christian. Christian with some footwork. Drops it back under to Hafoka. Hafoka hits Connors. Connors tackled 8 metres from the East line. Looking good, the Jets. They just got to keep building the pressure, Jacko. Clearland.
So true.
Puts a kick through. Christian gets a hand on it and the Jets score.
Yep.
Well done, Ipswich Jets.
Points to the spots.
Pressure.
So that was some good work there, and whether that little kick from Clearland really paid off and allowed them to get in that little breathing space and to get in there and attack that line pretty quick, and which they did.
That's the first time we've kicked early in the tackle count too, Jacko. I think that might have only been tackle 3 or tackle 4, and Josh took it to the line and has just planned it through, and Julian had to get through a little bit of traffic there, but managed to, I think he might have even nearly been on the ground when he laid his hand on to score the try. So that's a really good hit back from the Jets.
Oh, it is a great one. And the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets will go to 12 points to 22 with a kick to come. So it's what we needed. We need more of them. We're still 10 points down. If we get the kick, it'll only take us 8 points behind. So we're still within striking distance. We've just got to keep that pressure on and go for it.
Oh, well and truly, Jacko. They just need to keep building pressure and get down East End, you know. I think you can probably count on one hand how many times we've actually been in the Jets in the East 20.
Well, that was a good
score a try, and you know, we've only spent a little bit of time down there now and come up with 2 tries. So
exactly, and that's what we need to do. And I mean, so they are looking good in that last couple of minutes. So they know they can do it.
Stop the mistakes in their own half and get themselves down the other end. So that's a good kick from Marmon. He's got the kicking boot on tonight. So East 22, Jets 14 with just under 22 minutes to go. So at this stage, probably anybody's game, Jack.
Yeah, we're only 8 points behind, so we've just got to keep the pressure on, as you said, and we'll get the kick here, and just hopefully someone can make some space, and because East are going to pour it on. They're going to pour the attack on.
It's a good kick. Purcell takes it. Still going Purcell. Benny White gets the ball and gets tackled 20 metres from the Jets line. So White to play it. Pandia. He gets tackled 30 out from the Jets line. So safety first. Benny Shea. Charge number 50,000 for the night. He loves the hard work, Benny Shea. He just loves it. Nice and cool, so I think he's gone unchanged as well, so he's going really well. Tyson with another good hit up. That's nice work from the Jets. That's tackle 4. They're just about on halfway, so Cleland across field. Nat Neal, good tackle. Foster takes him ball and all. In there with the help of Grenke. So tackle 5. Cleland with the tackle. Oh, he got hit while he was in the air. This will be interesting to see what happens here. Penalty. Ipswich is a bit of a melee at the moment. The boys aren't happy about something.
So a bit of action.
So Josh Cleland's kicked it, and the penalty is for Josh being tackled in the air after the kick.
Yep.
And then the fullback for East, Matt Cooper, has climbed high to catch the ball in a contest with Percy. And
they thought they'd all get together and hug and cheer.
Yeah, I think it was a bit more than that, but anyway, it looks like it's all pulled apart and nobody's laying on the ground.
So the referee's going to talk to someone?
He's going to shout everyone. That's what I heard through the microphone anyway. Well
done, the referee's consorting with the touch judge. The other touch judge is coming in.
Well, it's penalty Ipswich anyway. Marmon's lined up to take the 2.
Yep.
So he's happy with whatever's happened. Referees still haven't decided what they're going to do yet. But Marmon's taken the 2 points. There's no touch judges, but he's ready to kick the ball.
So what will happen here?
It's on report.
It's on report.
But the penalty's already gone to Ipswich, so I don't think he can reverse it, Jacko, because there's no obvious foul play.
No.
He hasn't spoken to any Ipswich players, so...
Well, he has now. He's about to.
Who's he talking to now? He's talking to the captain, so...
Yeah. So he's called time off.
Now he has.
So we just got under 19 minutes to go in this match. It is 22-14. Marmon's got the ball placed, ready for hopefully another 2 points. So Nat Neal getting spoken to just, hey, cut it out.
I think he's just giving the recipe for a carrot cake there, Jacko. It took that long. There
is he in the carrot cakes? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
now we're going to just wait for the touch judges to get in position. Marmon's ready to go. As soon as the touchy gets in, he'll kick it.
Some of those...
and he's put it over. So penalty goal Ipswich. So Jets East, 22. Jets 16 with just over 18 minutes to play.
And some of those kicks the penalties that are given on those kicks, you think, oh, no, that's fine. But then you see another one that isn't, and it should be. It's blatant. So it's a real...
The big thing was, I think, with the tackling in the air, they got it so wrong with Matthew Lodge in the first week.
Yeah.
And he tackled Munster in the air. That was longer than 2 weeks, that tackle. That was very dangerous. Munster was lucky to come out of that unscathed.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you have to look after the kickers when they're in the air because they have no other protection.
So taken...
A lot of the times it's 50-50.
So taken 10 out.
Mitchie Carpenter gets tackled On a side note, have you seen the Telstra ad where he asked him for chips or chicken salt? That's Mitchy Carpenter doing that ad, I'm sure it is.
Oh, is it?
Terrible dance too. I asked him about it, he reckons, yeah, it looks like me. I hope they're one of the sponsors.
Oh, no.
Tyson gets an offload.
I know.
Out again. Richie Pandia. Still going, Richie. Eventually they bring him down. Benny White, dummy half. Christian across. Tyson looking for a hole with a little bit of footwork. Going to get the arm free. Not quite. Good tackle. The 17 Albert Vete managed to get his hands around and cover that ball up. Cleland with the ball now. Cleland, takes on the line. Good tackle. Vete low again. Over the top was Bennett Leslie. Here we go. Christian with the kick. I think most of the Jets are offside there. And good take from Danzy Smaller. And a good run. He's made about 15 metres after he caught that, so that's well done. And another good scoot from the fullback, Matt Cooper. So East, tackle 2 after all that are on the halfway. In attack position again, Jacko.
They're making the metres, and that's what Jets have really got to muscle up and just stop that open running. See, there's another 10 metres there.
I think the Jets are happy for East just to be really quick through their sets, and they just got to try and slow them down. So that's not a bad tackle there. It looks like Peter Gubb just about to come on. East had dropped it and all the hullabaloo.
Peter's coming on.
East have knocked the ball on. That was the replacement hooker there, Foster. So,
yep.
Yeah, a couple of replacements there ready to go. Yeah. Peter Gubb just about ready to come on with Madness and Billy McConaughey. So this will be interesting to see where they actually play, Gubby. I didn't get a chance to ask the boys what their thoughts were for Gubby and where and how they were going to play him. So he only knows one way when he gets the ball, Jacko.
I know, and I've seen him.
Straight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to be trying to tackle him anyway. Richie Pandia. Good run off the scrum.
See, the difference will be with his previous team, they knew how he played with that team, but they don't know how he's going to play with the Jets because the Jets play a totally different brand of football.
It'll also take him a little while to get used to it as well. That's the thing, because you're so used to doing one thing and then you turn around and you play a completely different style. As Isiafoka gets across the field looking for runners and straightens it up. Good tackle there from Shane Newman. Purcell, Pandia. So Mitch Carpenter gets a rest. Billy McConaughey back on the field. Still Richie Pandia. Still Richie. Drops Benny White under. Benny White gets some good metres. Still going Benny White. That's a good run from Ben White. Good tackle underneath from Tuilaga. Over the top, Foster. Tyson. Another good run. Jets. 28 metres from the east line. Tackle 5. Gets to Cleland. What's he got this time? Chick back across the field. Great take, Vete. Big front rower. Plucked that out of the air, Jacko.
That was some great work by that East player, Vete.
Vete, the front rower, thinks he's a second slipper. That was great work from
That's
Vete.
why he's contracted to the Storm, mate.
Yeah. There's another good run. Chase Blair picks up and knew what his team needed and went straight ahead. Here they come again. There's Grenke. Another good run from East. That's on their own 40. Tackle 3 for East. Just nice and hard up the middle. Do what you're good at. Walters looking for a 40-20. Purcell's got that covered. He swallowed it. Now what has Percy got in a counter-attack? Tries to get through the middle and gets whacked there by Tuilaga over the top. Vete underneath. So the two big front rowers. 76-kilo ringing wet Michael Purcell gets tackled by the 220-kilo plus fronties.
And Peter Gubb's still on the sideline waiting to get on. He's holding that interchange card. They're trying to get somebody off.
Good tackle. There was nothing wrong with that tackle. Benny Shea would have loved to have pulled that off himself.
Tyson's coming off. Tyson
comes off. So Gubby playing in the middle.
So this is Gubby's
still on the edge.
First game as an Ipswich Jet. 593 players we've had playing top grade here at the Ipswich Jets.
Nat Neal now at the ball, looking for holes. East have done really well. East are one club that really can defend that Jet style. They don't panic. They keep a flat line. Yeah. Kieran Mosley out of dummy half. Benny White. Isiafoka. Here we go. Here's some Jets footy now. Josh Cleland's got the ball in his hand. What's Josh got? Pass. Julian Christian, the kick back straight. Kicks it straight to the fullback in Booth. Ipswich are held. Michael Purcell's manager hold him up. Peter Gubb makes a tackle. So East, great defence from East. Tackle 5 minutes from their own line. Oh, there's another good tackle low from Peter Gubb. It looked dangerous. It looked dangerous on Tom Hughes, but there was nothing in it. It was a good low tackle. They come over the top, so Hughes has got to go back and play the ball. Crowd getting a bit excited now. 12 minutes to go. East 22, Jets 16.
Well, some interesting football there. But
back to a bit of normality. That's the winger, Danzy Smaller, chucking one up in the middle. And the Ipswich boys are starting to get a little bit excited in the middle. There's Vete. There's a good run. He loves it in the middle. Here they come. 4 Jets in there trying to make tackle, and he gets an offload. That's great work from the big man.
Great.
On to Ralph. Ralph picks it up, gets another 15 metres and gets tackled 2 metres into the Ipswich half. Out of dummy half. Walters goes a short side with a kick. It's a good little kick too. Chasing hard. Connors gets there just in time. Billy Walters nails him with the help of Tom Hughes. Good little passage of play there, Jacko, as the Jets go counter-attack again. Julian Christian. Still Julian Christian. He submits in the tackle 10 metres from their own line.
So
take a breath.
This is where the Jets, Peter Grubb, goes for a run. Very good run. His first real touch.
Run, good tackle. He drove him back and he's lost the ball.
And he drops the ball.
That's not a good start to your Jets career, but that's unlucky. That'll happen.
And they got the penalty, so obviously going to call it.
Strip.
It was a ball out.
So it was a strip. He didn't drop it.
It was a strip, no. So Josh, touch finder, very good touch finder too, makes the metres.
Righto, Jets on the attack. Rory Humphries takes a tap. Josh Cleland. Billy McConaughey into the teeth of the defence. Good tackle there from Bennett Leslie. With the help of Vete over the top. Mosley. Still Mosley. Nat Neal. Nat Neal's played the full game as well, Jacko. And he's dropped it. Tried to get a quick play of the ball and didn't quite handle it correctly.
No.
And it's a knock on.
So this will be some work the Jets have got to muscle up here, and just watch that meterage that East is getting. East seem to be scooting and just breaking through the line and making meters, so they've got to watch.
Sort of a little bit of panic there. I think Nat was trying to get the quick play of the ball for his team, and in his haste he got up and just let the ball slip out of his hand. So East feed just inside their half. So they'll be looking to consolidate here, East, and just try and get a good set and get a kick and try and get a repeat or the best they can. So time back on. Chase Blair runs it up, gets tackled 2 metres from halfway.
And you can hear the crowd getting vocal as well. They can sense something on both sides. So East fans cheering their side on. Of course, Jets cheering their side on to get those points back.
So turnover there
ball
from
sides
East.
Turn around.
So Jets have got the ball now, 5 metres from halfway. You see a Foka. Mitch Carpenter. Benny Shea, sorry. Good run, Benny Shea. Tackled just on halfway. Rory Humphries. Boys tell him to dig in. Rory digs in. They need a quick play the ball from Rory. And nearly get one. No, get up and play the ball, the referee says. Mosley. McConaughey. Oh, great tackle from the East 9. Aaron Booth got right up under him and put him on the ground. Great tackle, Booth. Christian. Cleland looking for runners. He's got Gubb on the outside. Gets it to Gubb. What's Gubby got? Cross the field, Peter Gubb. Here he goes, freight train straight. Another good tackle, Booth around the legs. Great tackle. Good play the ball from Gubb. Mosley. Nat Neal. The Jets just need to get a little bit wider. I think Nat Neal can't get an offload. Good tackle over the top, Bennett Leslie. Tackle 5, Jets. 5 metres from the East line. Last tackle. What do they got? Christian. Christian goes himself. Gets it away now. Purcell. Still Purcell. Still Purcell. Pandia knocks it on. Oh, East knock it on. Double knock on. We'll play the first one. So that should be a changeover, maybe. Yes, changeover. East play the ball. Good little passage of play, but once again, come up duck eggs.
Yeah, it did. That was some good work there from the Ipswich Jets, just trying to maintain a little bit of pressure on them, and East held out.
7 minutes, just over 7 minutes to go. East with the ball. Oh, good contact, Billy McConaughey. Oh, I need to go a bit low here, Jets. That's a good run from Cooper. Well, that might be the winger, Hughes. Oh, and he's knocked it on.
Knocked it on. Excellent. Good work from...
Knocked it on, Tom Hughes. Once again,
pressure
tried to
on
get
him.
up and play the ball quick and just couldn't quite handle it. Complained about a hand in the ruck, but didn't get the result he wanted, Jacko.
No, that's exactly right. And they're putting pressure in that ruck and making... And forcing the mistake. So this will be... they've got the... so that's on the 20, correction, 30.
I think both sides are getting a little bit excited, Jacko. They're sort of watching the clock and trying to score off every play instead of just taking it easy and waiting for it to happen. Christian now at the ball from the scrum. Still going Christian, and he gets tackled 32 metres from the East line. Hafoka. Still Hafoka. Still Hafoka. Looking for a little hole somewhere. And he gets tackled. Good tackle, Shane Newman. Over the top, Jason Ralph. Clearland. Billy McConaughey. Back into the middle, where it just come from. Good tackle, Newman again. Vete over the top. So McConaughey plays it. Tackle 3. Mosley. Clearland. What's Josh got in his bag of tricks? Benny White. Benny White still going. Good tackle over the top there by Booth. Underneath Greinke. Mosley. Clearland. Still Clearland. Falls over. Ralph manages to get him. Tackle 5. Mosley from dummy half puts a kick through. Still alive. Peter Gubb scores. Peter Gubb scores on debut for the Ipswich
Well
Jets.
done for Peter Gubb. You can see the excitement.
Well, he's a likeable lad, Gubby, and that was unfortunately then for the winger for East, Tom Hughes. Just couldn't quite get the ball while he was scrambling on his knees. He couldn't quite get to it. Great little kick from Joshy Clearland and a really good chase on the Ipswich Jets. I think that was coming through after that ball might have been Richie and Gubby, and Gubby managed to get there and put the ball down. So it was great work from the Jets.
And Joshy likes kicking close to that line. When that's a couple of times he's done that on this side, and I think the second try from it, and you know, lucky for us, the East were falling over themselves, and Peter Gubb just happened to be in that right spot. But it's good that Peter's got his first score for us, and that makes his debut a lot better for him, and obviously a lot better for the coaches. They know he can do some things, and he's been pretty good in his outing so far, so he's done some good work.
I think the big thing for trying to defend Josh Clearland is, you know, is he going to run? Is he going to pass? Is he going to kick?
Yeah.
You know, and you can't just give him the space. I think you just have to get up on him and try and knock him over. So it's a big kick here from Marmon Barber.
Well,
he was under 5 to go.
Josh was involved earlier in that tackle count. I think it was on the second, where he got tackled, got up, then got back into the play and got the kick.
He's the go-to man for the Jets.
Yeah.
You know, if something's going to happen, we just need the ball to get in his hands and work around him and see what's going to happen. So here's a big kick from Marmon. He's hit it. It's just managed to go a little bit left, but that's okay. So with just over 4 minutes to go, East still in front. 22, Jets 20. Well, it'll be a frantic 4 minutes here, Jacko.
It's going to be a very frantic 4 minutes, and East aren't. They're not in a hurry, are they? They're trying to.
Well, no, that's what everyone does.
Exactly.
It's exactly the same as when we get in front and Wes used to get the ball and run 80 metres backwards.
Yeah.
Exactly the same thing.
I can remember that.
So, it's allegedly called sportsmanship, but I'm not a big fan of it myself. But anyway, but you do whatever you can to win, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. So there's a kickoff here from East's Deep one down. Purcell takes it. Billy McConaughey. Here he comes. Straight at him. Good contact by the big number 8. Brett Grenke. He took Billy front on then. No worries at all. Richie Pandia. Still Richie. Gets it wide. Connors. Connors gets tackled 30 metres out from the Ipswich
They're all
line.
appealing for a penalty then, but don't know. I think it might have been high.
Well, Jaden is only 3'6", so...
Well, yeah.
Mosley. Nat Neal. Still Nat. Good tackle, ball and all, by the 11, Jake Foster. Sorry, my apologies, Bennett Leslie. Benny Shea, that's Jake Foster this time taking a ball and all. Great tackle. Tackle 5, Ipswich, 40 out. Goes to Clearland. Clearland with the big kick. Purcell chasing. Purcell chasing. Oh, good take. Knock on.
Yeah.
Knock on.
Now that should be a penalty.
Cooper. There was bodies everywhere. And it looks like he's knocked the ball back into an East player or an Ipswich player and regained it. So the referee's called it knock on.
So time is put on hold here because the Jets have set the scrum. Tigers don't want a bar of it. They're in no big hurry at all because I know with 2.5 minutes left that, and with Jets having field placement here, they could do something and they're in no hurry to get involved in this game.
I think the big thing here for the Jets is they need to hang on to the ball for the majority of this 2 minutes and 29 seconds, Jacko.
Yep, so
no
true.
Mistakes early and just work through their set of 6, try and get a repeat set. So here we go, Rory Humphries. Rory digs one in. He gets tackled 18 metres out from the Jets line.
Josh Cleland's on this right-hand side.
Josh has got the ball now. Still got it now. Billy McConaughey. Good tackle. Vete low. Great tackle. Mosley. Mosley at a dummy half. Looking for something. Humphries. Clearland. Still Clearland. Still Clearland. There's that drop we didn't need. Backwards. Backwards to Connors. Connors with the ball now. Or Christian, sorry. Julian Christian. Good tackle, Easts. Slowing it down. Gubb. Pandia. Pandia. Jets just probing, looking for holes now, Jacko. Pandia tackled, ball and all. Tackle 4, Ipswich. Still 18 metres out from the east line. Mosley hits Shea. Shea juggles it. Still Ben Shea. Really twists over the line. Last tackle, Ipswich. Mosley. Here's a kick. Oh! Clearland hit Purcell short. Purcell couldn't hold it. So it looks like it's a changeover 10 metres out. Issa got the ball. 60 seconds to go. Time stops now.
Cramp.
52 seconds to go. Issa got the ball 10 metres from their own line. We're looking for the one-on-one strips here, I think, from Ipswich.
This is where it gets exciting at the end of a game.
Chase Blair takes a hit up. Grenke. 2 really good runs there from East. They're 30 from their own line. Vete backs into the defence.
Good run.
Still going Vete. Pulled up 5 metres short of halfway. 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds to go. 25 seconds to go. It looks like Shane Newman with a hit up, helping his forwards out. 15 seconds to go. Tackle 5. Look for the kick straight out here. Jets putting pressure on. Billy Walters kicks it long and deep. No one home. Peter Gubb picks the ball up. 4 seconds to go. They need to keep the ball alive here somewhere. No seconds. Time. East win. 22-20.
Well, that probably wasn't the result we wanted, but there was only 2 points in it. And I think the boys can take a bit of, I suppose, the good thing they can, and the positives they can take out of it. Only 2 points in the end. A lot of penalties, a lot of silly little penalties that I'm sure the coaches will work on those through the week, but they've really got to maintain that pressure and in the future. But I think they did well tonight. A apart from those odd mistakes. But East were well and truly ready for it, and I like the comment you make where they hold that line, and they do. They just hold that straight line where other teams, someone's bound to rush up, and we even see it in the NRL games. That somebody will rush up, and all of a sudden there's a hole there. So, and it was very good work by the East Tigers to maintain that pressure and defend their line when they knew it was sort of going to be hard work, and great for the Ipswich Jets.
Yeah, the only thing they'll be disappointed about there is a result. They'll be a lot more excited about how they've played. That's the best we've played in the 3 games.
Yeah.
So that's the big positive to take out of tonight's game. They'll be disappointed with the result because I think it was there for them to get. And we didn't lose it through scoring, not scoring enough tries, but we probably lost it because, the East probably scored, they scored 3 off the back of 3 penalties. So that's, you just can't afford to give up easy points, especially when you're not playing well. And we well, and for, to give up a penalty, I know I repeat myself, but when, the opposition scores a try or you give away a penalty, that set has to be your best set of the game. Yeah. And, when the boys get that down, they're going to be real hard to beat. But unfortunately, at the moment, they're probably just set a little bit off. But that's the best they've played in the 3 games. So they can take a lot of heart out of that because they know that there's, they've improved from the first week and the second week to now. And they've still probably got another 15, 20, 30% improvement in them as well. So,
so we're back next week against Pride. It's going to be hotter because we're in the middle of the day. So, the boys have got a week to say, well, hang on, we nearly took it on, or we really took it on to the team, number 1 team, East Tigers. Yep. So they know they've got it. They've just got to keep working away. And as I say, Pride are there next week. So,
you're playing the Pride, you take the heat out of it. Because that doesn't matter. They're used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But, the big thing I think that the boys can take out of that is their structure and everything worked. What they do have to do is get those little 1%ers individually.
Yep.
So the guys just making that mistake, that little drop ball, that little missed tackle, that fumble in the play the ball, all that sort of stuff. You get that out of your game, and it's a much more complete unit.
Yep.
And I think that'll be one thing that they need to work on, and that's just little personal stuff. So whether that means doing 5 minutes worth of extras after training or that little bit more training or mentally sitting down and giving yourself a bit more time to work it out. But, they're not far off.
No.
But, you don't want to be going too many more weeks saying, geez, we're not far off, because by then we'll be out of time and out of space and should be all over.
Excellent.
Kiss your bum and see you next year.
So the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets are up against the Northern Pride next week. I imagine we'll still be back here again with the crew from Phoenix Media Hub. And once again, we do thank everyone and all the crew behind the scenes here from the Phoenix Media Hub. They're all a great bunch of people who are out to give us a great product, and they do. So we do thank them. And, of course, the USQ, the University of South Queensland, Southern Queensland, I should say, do such a great job. So from Bisho and myself, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. From all of us here at the Savage Pest Control Ipswich Jets and at the North Ipswich Reserve, we say good night and thank you very much, and we'll see you back next week.